Before you feel it, your dog already knows. Before your chest tightens. Before your thoughts start racing. Before that familiar, suffocating weight settles in without warning, your body has already begun the process, quietly, invisibly, in a language made of chemistry and cortisol, and a nervous system moving toward the edge. And your dog felt it first. Right now, millions of dog owners are living with the most sophisticated anxiety detection system on the planet, and missing every single signal it sends. What you've been reading as clinginess, as neediness, as your dog just wanting attention, is something far more profound. Something ancient. Something that, once you truly understand it, will change the way you see your dog, your anxiety, and yourself forever. Your dog isn't reacting to your anxiety. Your dog is detecting it, before you do, every single time. And once you see how, you'll never look at those quiet moments of closeness the same way again. Now, most people hear this and think, my dog is just picking up on my body language. They see me tense up, they notice my breathing change, they read my face. And yes, dogs are extraordinary at reading those physical cues. That part is absolutely real. But here's what most people miss entirely. Your dog is responding to something that happens before any of that. Before your posture shifts. Before your breathing changes. Before your face gives a single thing away. Before you yourself have any conscious awareness that anxiety is building. Because your anxiety doesn't begin in your mind. It begins in your body. Long before a single anxious thought forms, your nervous system has already fired. Your adrenal glands have already begun releasing cortisol and adrenaline. Your sweat chemistry has already shifted. Your breath has already changed in ways too subtle for any human to detect, but not too subtle for your dog. When anxiety begins building in your body, your dog doesn't wait for the symptoms. They catch the signal at the source, at the biochemical level, before the spiral has even had a chance to start. That's not emotional intuition. That's not a lucky guess. That is precision, and it has been pointed directly at you every single day. Let's talk about what anxiety actually looks like before you feel it. Not the racing thoughts. Not the tight chest. Not the part you already know, the part that comes first. The invisible part, the part that your body initiates long before your conscious mind gets the memo. When anxiety begins to build, your adrenal glands release cortisol and adrenaline into your bloodstream. Your heart rate shifts, subtly, imperceptibly to you, but measurably to the body beside you that has spent years learning exactly what your normal feels like. Your sweat chemistry changes, your breath changes, your skin begins releasing volatile organic compounds. Those microscopic scent molecules that carry the complete biochemical story of what your nervous system is doing right now, in real time, whether you're aware of it or not. And your dog is reading every word of that story. Your dog's nose contains approximately 300 million scent receptors compared to your 5 million. But the number alone doesn't capture it. The real difference is what those receptors are capable of perceiving, a depth of chemical detail so precise that researchers continue to be astonished by it. Your dog doesn't experience scent the way you do. Your dog lives inside it, processes it, understands it in ways that make every human diagnostic tool look slow and blunt by comparison. When cortisol surges in your body, your dog knows. When adrenaline enters your bloodstream, your dog knows. When your nervous system begins moving toward the edge, before a single thought has formed, before a single symptom has surfaced, your dog has already received the signal. Think about the moments before your worst anxiety episodes. Was your dog already there? Already closer than usual? Already watching you with that quiet, focused stillness that felt different? Heavier, more intentional? than ordinary affection. You probably thought they wanted something from you, but they were already trying to give you something. You just didn't have the language to recognize it yet. And this is where it gets deeply personal, because your dog isn't just detecting the signal. They're responding to it with a specificity and a loyalty that most owners never fully register until they understand what's actually happening. When anxiety begins to spiral in your body, your dog moves toward you, not away, not to their bed or their toys or the window, toward you. They become your shadow. They press against your legs. They follow you from room to room with a stillness that feels almost urgent, less playful, more present, more focused than usual. That behavior has a name. It's called intervention, and it is ancient. Research confirms what dog owners have quietly sensed for centuries. Studies on psychiatric service dogs show they can identify cortisol spikes and adrenaline surges through scent alone, before the person experiencing those shifts has any conscious awareness of what's coming. They don't wait for the spiral to fully arrive. They alert before it does. They move close before you ask. They stay close until the storm passes. Your dog has never been formally trained to do any of this, but their instincts are ancient, and those instincts have been studying you, memorizing your baseline, learning your patterns, building a complete biochemical map of who you are, every single day since the moment you became their person. That nose pressed against your arm before the anxiety hit. That warm weight leaning into your legs when nothing seemed wrong yet. That shadow that appeared in the doorway and just stayed. That wasn't random. That wasn't neediness. That was your dog reading a distress signal your own body sent out before your mind had any idea it was coming, and answering it the only way they know how, with presence, with stillness, with the quiet, unshakable message that says, "I'm here. I felt it. You're not alone in this. But here's what I really need you to understand. This isn't just about your dog. This is also about you." Think about what it means to live with anxiety. Not the clinical definition, the real daily experience of it. The exhausting work of managing something that arrives without warning, that doesn't respond to logic, that can make you feel profoundly alone, even in a room full of people who love you. Anxiety is isolating in a way that's almost impossible to explain to someone who hasn't felt it. Because the spiral happens inside you, invisible, silent, disconnected from anything the people around you can actually see or touch or respond to in time. But your dog doesn't need to see it. They don't need you to explain it or name it or perform it. They felt it in the air around you before it reached your chest. And they made a decision, quietly, completely, without hesitation, to close the distance between you. That is something most people spend years searching for. To be met in the hard moment before you've had to ask. To have someone show up not because you reached out, but because they were already paying attention. To feel, in the middle of the spiral, that something grounded and warm and completely certain is right there beside you. Your dog has been that for you. Through every episode, every wave, every moment, your nervous system moved toward the edge without warning. You weren't as alone in those moments as anxiety made you feel. You never were. And somewhere, in the part of you that always reached for them without quite knowing why, you already knew that. Here's the truth that science is finally catching up to. Your dog doesn't just detect the spiral before you do. Your dog's presence actively works to stop it. When anxiety floods your body, cortisol suppresses your immune function. Inflammation rises. Your brain's alarm center goes into overdrive, scanning for danger that may not exist, consuming every resource you have. And from inside the spiral, it feels impossible to stop. Your dog is outside the spiral, grounded, calm, present. And that presence is a lifeline your nervous system can actually grab onto. Physical contact with your dog triggers an immediate release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone that directly counteracts cortisol and quiets the amygdala, your brain's alarm center, in ways that conscious thought alone simply cannot reach. It lowers blood pressure. It signals to your nervous system, bypassing the anxious mind entirely, that safety is here, that the threat has passed, that you can come back now. Your dog doesn't just sense the spiral beginning. Your dog is one of the most powerful, most natural, most deeply personal tools you have for stopping it. Maybe this was never about your dog needing to be close to you. Maybe it was always about them knowing, before you did, every single time, that you needed them close. And they came, without being asked, without hesitation, without ever once letting you spiral alone. So the next time your dog becomes your shadow before the anxiety arrives, before you feel it, before you name it, before you even know it's coming, don't push them away. Let them be close. Let their warmth ground you. Let the ancient connection between you do what thousands of years of loyalty have prepared it to do. Because your dog already knows what's happening inside you. They've known it longer than you have. They have never once chosen to look away. And they have never once let you face it alone, even when you thought you were. The most devoted, most instinctive, most deeply personal support system you will ever have doesn't live in an app, or a clinic, or a prescription bottle. It lives in your home. It knows your scent. It knows your patterns. And right now, it's probably watching you, waiting, with complete purpose and ancient love, for the moment you finally need them. If this changed the way you see those quiet moments of closeness with your dog, share this video with someone who needs to hear it today. They've been your anxiety guardian all along. Now you know.